and allow us to channel our friends at CBS Sunday Morning with a mini moment in nature. That is Grand Teton National Park, one of many parks Americans are visiting this summer. But some parks are feeling the strain of staffing shortages and budget cuts, with potentially more to come. Writer and photographer Emily Pennington visited all 63 national parks and shares stories from her journey in her memoir, Feral, Losing Myself and Finding My Way in America's National Parks. And she joins us now to share some insider tips. Good morning.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
Good to have you. So we are entering the travel season now. It's going to be very busy. You've reported on the impact of budget cuts, the shortages. It feels almost as if we are so far removed from what Teddy Roosevelt planned and intended for us with national parks, with the way that we behave now.
Yeah, I mean, originally the national parks were literally set up to be for the benefit and the enjoyment of the American people. And right now, unfortunately, we're seeing an administration that's being a bit vindictive towards the national parks. Right now, the National Park Service has about 16% fewer full-time employees than they did just a year ago, and 39% fewer seasonal employees, which are the backbone of the summer operations of the national parks when they get really busy and they need extra restroom cleaning, gate operators, people working in different food and beverage operations. So yeah, it's a really staggering time for the parks right now.
So it's going to feel a little different possibly for tourists who want to visit these parks this summer. What are your insider trips, having visited all of them, for anyone wanting to visit a park this summer with their family? What should they bring? What should they do? What should they keep in mind?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, because there are a lot of staffing cuts and budget cuts as well to the National Park Service, I would say just be very, very aware of leaving no trace, making sure you bring extra, maybe toilet paper and hand sanitizer, because the restrooms literally might not be cleaned as often as usual this year. Going early, like plan a cool sunrise hike or sunrise scenic drive. That way you're not impacting the gate during the very, very busy, late morning, early afternoon hours, things like that.
I do encourage everyone to go back and read what Teddy Roosevelt wrote about why he was creating these national parks, because, and you should tell us and our viewers what drew you to them and what you found in visiting all 63.
Yeah, I fell in love with the parks in the middle of a breakup, of all things. I was dating someone who was a former Eagle Scout. He brought me on my first backpacking trip. And then, of course, when that relationship ended about a year later, I found myself going to those same national parks to help heal my own broken heart. And so I feel like they are one of the few places in the entire world where we can feel these huge emotions like joy and sorrow and grief, and the natural landscape is magnificent enough to hold all of those kind of competing elements of the human experience.
Girl, I have been there. I went on my own Eat, Pray, Love trip after a breakup. It is very healing. Do we have time for a lightning round, control room? 20 seconds, okay. Lightning round. Your favorite national park?
Oh, Capitol Reef or Gates of the Arctic in Alaska.
Sounds like you gave us two, but I'll take it. Your most breathtaking view at a national park?
I'm a big fan of anything in the Yosemite Valley, but I'm also gonna say the Canyon Overlook Trail in Zion.
Best national park for families?
I really like Rocky Mountain. I live in Colorado now, and so, Rocky Mountain's got mountains, great scenic drives, lots of little short trails, too, that kids could do.
Perfect.
All right, that was very lightning.
Thank you so much.
Emily Pennington.